Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day, and today I'm jumping into a draft of one of my favorite draft sets of all time, Bloomburrow. Why do I love Bloomburrow? It's because it is generally considered a pretty on-rails draft environment. The conventional wisdom is you just figure out which animal is the most open, and then you just keep picking any card that has that animal name on it, and ignore every card that doesn't. The thing about this set, though, is they give you tons and tons of tools to fix your mana, and there are some very powerful bombs. However, it is very ultra hard to figure out how to build a deck that has more than 2 colors in this format, because it is, I think, the fastest premier draft set ever printed. So what that means is often you're at a table where tons of mana fixing is flowing by you pack 1, and if you invest in it, then pack 3, everyone who's stuck in these really narrow 2-color tribal lanes is going to be opening all sorts of bombs that they cannot play and passing them to you. And because you picked up the fixing pack 1, you get to play them. So that's my angle on Bloomburrow. I always love going for it and trying to figure out if I can make that work in a given Bloomburrow draft. So that's what we're going to do today. We won't be forcing anything, obviously, but fingers crossed that we end up with a deck that is totally sweet. Let's go. All right, so pack 1, pick 1 is a bit of a choose your own adventure here. There's nothing that super sticks out to me, to be honest. Lunar Convocation is the... By the way, I will be reading a bunch of these cards as much as I have time, because this set came out a 1.5 years ago, so to remind myself, and also in case you haven't seen them. This is a bats build around. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life, each opponent loses 1. If you gained and someone lost, you make a 1/1 and pay 2 to draw a card. It's a cool card. It is a cool card, but I remember it being very bad. Like, you have to end up in the bats lane. It's not enough to justify taking the gold card pack 1, pick 1. Splash Flasher I like a lot. High Spine Wolverine is a very strong green card. But you know what? I've been doing a lot of Sultai stuff this whole event since they unlocked Bloomburrow a few days ago. Why don't I go for a red card here? I think this card's perfectly respectable. A 2/1 for 2. When it attacks, add 1 red. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Basically, this is just a hyper aggressive 2-drop. You know, I haven't beaten down yet since they put Bloomburrow on Premier Draft a few days ago, and honestly, that's definitely one of the pure joys of this format, is just building a super aggressive deck and beating down. So, you know, hey, maybe that's the direction that we're headed in today. Okay, so here I have lost a lot of time in these first 2 picks because I forgot my tea was like just about to get ready. So sorry for the slightly briefer explanations, but I'm going to go for a Bark Knuckle Boxer. Basically, Mabel's Medal is not good. Reptilian Recruiter is not good. Then we have a bunch of commons. I do think this card's perfectly respectable. When you expend 4, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Oh my goodness, what is happening in this pack? What is happening at this pod? Look, you know what? I tried to play an aggro deck, and this is what happens. This is what happens, folks. I tried to play aggro, and I was forced to pick either Long River Lurker, Wix Patrol, or Saver. 3 of the absolute best cards in the format. Long River Lurker, I cannot pass this card. I'm physically incapable. When it enters, a creature you control can't be blocked. Then when it deals damage this turn, you flicker it. And the thing about this is it's in the Frogs deck, which has tons and tons of super fun, awesome enters the battlefield effects. Also, often you can just give like a 5-power creature unblockable and just push lethal with this guy. This is a fantastic build around, and I love it. So I'm going to take it. Wix Patrol is super strong. This is basically a 5/3 for 6 when it enters, destroy target creature, and Saver give something -2/-2, make a food. 2 fantastic cards. I want to contrast that with Banishing Light or Sonar Strike. The thing that makes these good is removal spells in Bloomburrow. You really want to have something extra attached. If you're just going 1-for-1 with your opponent in, you know, 1 step slower than them, then you are going to fall behind. Cards that remove a threat and also have some content to them, like makes a 5/3 and kills something, makes a food and kills something. That is really where you want to be in this format. A card like Oblivion Ring is often just 1 step too slow, or Banishing Light as it's called here. Here, we got the best signpost uncommon, maybe even the best uncommon in the format, Vine Reap Mentor. Look, I tried not to play Sultai. I even first picked a not very good red card, specifically just so that the haters couldn't say I was forcing Sultai. Look, Sultai is being forced upon me. Like, here comes Vine Reap Mentor. We got Long River Lurker into Vine Reap Mentor. By the way, already a synergy. Vine Reap Mentor, when it enters, makes a food. That's an enters effect that would be perfectly respectable. Turn 2, Vine Reap Mentor into turn 3, Long River Lurker, making an extra food. Yeah, heck yeah. And then I have a 3/2, a 2/3, and 2 foods, and it's turn 3, and you've taken 3 damage. Yeah, don't mind that at all. Okay, this is not the best fixing. It's not ramp. It does have relevant creature types, and it can go in any deck, so that's kind of nice. but it's a little bit understated. Wear Down was really good in best of 3, but you can't really play it in best of 1. Kind of just want to grab this Calamitous Tide. I love this card. Return 2 creatures to their owner's hands, draw 2 and discard. That's all that I want to be doing. I will say, like, Bellowing Crier has the advantage that it's a 2-drop, Light Shell Duo. Like, you cannot play too many cards that don't add to your board in this set. You have to be really, really careful about that. So like Light Shell Duo or whatever, these have the advantage of adding to your board, but Calamitous Tide does not ignore the board. You know, it does bounce 2 creatures, so it's a big tempo play. All right, I mean, yeah, the Crab was not very good. Eddie Merc Crab. The issue with Eddie Merc Crab is it's really, really slow. So it can take over a game, but it's very slow. It's a 5/5 that comes in on turn, usually like 5, 6, 7, and it comes in tapped. The Hazard Root Herbalist also not very good. The thing about this card is it really wants you to be super aggressive, but it's a 1/4. Like a 1/4 that wants you to be aggressive is totally at odds with itself. You see what I mean? I also really like the Dagger Fang duo. Putting things in the graveyard does actually matter because the Squirrels deck wants to be foraging and the Rats deck has Threshold as one of its main abilities. So there's a very nice little piece of glue. Having said all of that, I'm just going to take the Uncharted Haven. What did I say about investing in fixing pack 1? And by the way, if we really do want to be playing across green, blue, and black, then we are going to need to be fixing. Okay, what's going on here? So this is the pack. No, I was thinking this was my pick 2, but it's not. This is a different Mabel's Metal Guard situation. We also saw Mind Spiral. Yeah, looking pretty familiar. It's hard to say what to take. So Mind Spiral, I mean, yeah, I love drawing 3 cards, but the thing about this is it does not affect the board and it comes out really slow. Not really where you want to be. I guess I could still end up red in some way. It's possible. I kind of want to take Nettle Guard, but trading down with a 1-drop is just not very good. It's just not a very good card. And we're wheeling Savor. I don't know what the data are currently saying. Back in the day, Savor was like not the top common. I think Carrot Cake started out as the top common in this format, but it was right up there. It was a really, really, really strong common. I'm very, very shocked. It definitely, I don't know what's been happening as they've put Bloomburrow out on flashback. The data have probably shifted over the last year and a half. So I don't exactly know what the consensus is right now, but I definitely do not think Savor should be going all the way around the table. Pick 8. That is pretty ridiculous. That just should not be happening. Tree Guard Duo as well and Scales of Shale. 2 fantastic cards. I think I'll just take the Tree Guard Duo. If I end up Frogs, maybe even splashing for the Vine Reap Mentor or for the Savor, I'll be really happy. I also wouldn't mind the Tree Guard Duo if I end up Squirrels. I mean, blue is looking like a little bit more than a splash at this point. Scales of Shale is quite good, but I think you should just favor the creature. Note that Tree Guard Duo, even though it has a good Enters effect, it does not combo with Long River Lurker because you would only get the Enters effect after combat. Here, I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, we get past like a 8th pick Savor, clearly signifying that black is open, and then the best cards are all in red. I guess I'll take the Veteran Guardmouse just in case I need to end up in that, and I cannot resist a Calamitous Tide. Okay, this card, it is slow. It is a slow card, but it should not be 11th pick. But I think my card evaluation differs from a lot of the people that I'm drafting with at this table, so I think I shouldn't take these to be like signals that something is open. But look at what I'm talking about, getting fixing, people just passing fixing like nobody's business. Okay, very interesting. How good is this guy again? So power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, so you should imagine this is basically a 6/6 for 6 vigilance reach. I mean, that's good. When it enters, mill 4 and then bring more lands in and make it bigger. Kind of want to play with it because it's a mythic. I do know that Mabel was pretty good, but you need to be like really in mice to make Mabel work. Kind of just want to take the Lumra. I'm pretty much in green. Maybe the actual pick is Long River Lurker. I mean, maybe the actual pick is I should have ended up in mice and not overreacted to the Savor or whatever. But I mean, when they're passing like last pick Calamitous Tide, I don't have the fortitude to resist that. And of course, there's my favorite card in the format, Rooty Tooty. The 3-tree Root Weaver is, in my mind, exactly where you want to be in terms of mana fixing. But let's just take the Mythic. I'm guessing it's not like really that amazing a card, but it's probably, I want to play with it. I want to see what it's like. Okay, Season of Gathering. I'm guessing this is a good card. Yeah, I remember getting blown out by this in the Arena Direct back in 2024. I think someone had 2 of these or something, and it was a completely ridiculous game where the person just managed to draw like 14 cards or something. So +1/+1 counter on a creature you control gains vigilance and trample. you could do that 5 times. So this could be target creature gets 5 plus almost 1 counters, or 5 target creatures get a plus almost 1 counter and gain vigilance or trample. Kind of an overrun, basically. And then destroy artifacts or enchantments. Oh yes, someone did this to me the other day with my Kidnap in one of my previous videos. I think, didn't they? They destroyed my Kidnap with this. Destroy an enchantment, and then draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, so you can just refill your hand. This card's a cool birds build around. I actually would take this one, but now that we're getting Lumra into Season of Gathering, I kind of want to just lock in green. And look at this Galewind Moose. This moose is absolutely nutty. A 6/6 for 6, flash, vigilance, reach, trample. It's so hard to attack anyone who's playing green in this game. So I'm going to take, in this set, I'm going to take Galewind Moose. The other cards would be, I mean, look, I'm just going to take the awesome green bombs and then figure the rest out, right? So basically the situation right now is my curve is horrendous. It's a terrible situation, but if we make it to 6 mana, then we're doing really well. Longstalk Brawl is really nice removal, kind of like Dazzling Denial. Honestly, maybe I'm supposed to end up Raccoons here. It did seem like red was kind of open. And now we're getting a Hunter's Talent. Vren is also a very good card, but Hunter's Talent is unreal. I remember the thing that always sticks out to me about this card is I remember Ethan from Lords of Limited saying Hunter's Talent is Doomblade that also says you win the game. It comes in, you kill something. Almost always you get a kill out of this. And then your attacking creatures, one of your attacking creatures gets +1/+0 and trample. And then basically every turn you draw a card after you level it up to the end, because it's just so easy to have one card that has 4 power. It just requires you to have a 3/3 and attack with it and have it survive. Carrot Cake and Vren. Basically, these 3 cards almost certainly shouldn't still be in the pack. Pick 4, like Carrot Cake is great. Hunter's Talent is a pack 1, pick 1-able. And Vren is super strong as well. But I'm just going to take the card in my hand. Another Hunter's Talent. What is going on here? Also, Baker's Bay Duo used to be a really, really top green common. I think it slid down a bit as they did the flashback drafts, but I believe Baker's Bay Duo is still incredible on raw power. But I'm going to take Hunter's Talent. You should rarely pass Hunter's Talent. This is a massive pull into green, let alone seeing a Hunter's Talent pick 4 and then one pick 5. Several things have gone wrong up to that point. Frogmite has affinity for artifacts, such a random card in here. But yeah, now we just need to have a responsible deck with a responsible number of creatures. Here, honestly, maybe the best card in the pack is the Quake Tusk Boar. This card won me the sealed event on day 1 of the Arena Open 2 years ago and got me to day 2. It was all credit to the Quake Tusk Boar as a wonderful curve topper. But the thing is, I really don't need more curve toppers, right? It would be highly committal to red as opposed to black or blue, and I really don't need more curve toppers. So I'm going to take the Bushy Bodyguard, not the greatest one ever, but now I really need to mind my curve and my creature count, right? I need to have a large number of cards low in the curve that affect the board, especially to support Hunter's Talent. Here, I do quite like Polywallop. It's kind of a choice between, I would say, Polywallop and Hivespine Wolverine. I'm inclined to just go for the Hivespine, I think. It is a 5 drop, so I would much rather have a creature lower on the curve, but I really want to have a creature as opposed to a removal spell here. I think it's really important for me to just get creatures, as many as possible. Here, it's really interesting. Again, I would say it's between Bonecash Overseer and Lightshell Duo. Honestly, I have more of a pull into black than I have into blue, and I would put these cards as pretty comparable in terms of quality. I also don't mind Paw Patch Formation, actually. Shore Up would also be kind of nice with Galewind Moose plus Alumra plus Hivespine Wolverine, lots of stuff to protect. But honestly, I think I would like to be black more than I want to be blue, so I think it's worth just speculating on that. However, we will see. We will see. Here, let's see. I could also just take a Whisker Quill Scribe and keep that option open, but I think I'll actually just take the High Stride. I don't really want to play it, but this card's perfectly fine, to be honest. Wow, Mice is really open. I mean, Dire Downdraft is the best card in the pack, but I think I'm just going to go for the creature. This just helps me cut squirrels a little bit more. Dire Downdraft is really strong, but again, like, I now have double Hunter's Talent. I have lots of interaction. I just need to have a responsible number of creatures in my deck. So to that end, I'll take the Barkstorm Harvester. Stocking the Pantry is really cool. This card made its way into Standard a little bit, but it also was just like a really cool edge, like a total build around that you could do. So I wouldn't actually mind getting to play around with that one of these flashback drafts, but here I'll take Druid of the Spade and Barkstorm Harvester. Basically, I'm just trying to keep my creature count high. Okay, now this is interesting. So I could take Muera and end up going red-green. Like, yes, I'm slightly favoring black, but it does look like red was more open at this table. And I have the Veteran Guard Mouse, Kindle Spark Duo, a Bramble Guard Captain. I have a decent density of red cards. So I could go for Muera. When you expend 4, you gain 3. When you expend 8, you get to rip 2 cards off. I don't think it's actually that good, though. I mean, do I just want the Sticky Tongue? Nah, I think I'll go for Muera. Higher upside, and it gives me just more directionality on where I want to take this draft. And I do think that red did seem more open, unless me taking a bunch of black cards just pushed somebody into red, which is very possible. Okay, Valley Quest Collar was really good, but I'm not in that color. 1 or more rabbits, bats, birds, and or mice you control enter Scry 1, and all those guys. It's a lord for a bunch of different creature types. Pretty cool. All the creature types that touch white, I believe. But I think I'm just going to take... Actually, I'll just say take out the trash. Totally respectable card. Probably better for me than Roughshod Duo, I would say. Even though I said I really want more... Well, let's see. How many raccoons do I have? 3 raccoons. Maybe it's Polywallop. How many frogs? 2 frogs. Oh, yeah. I'm very unlikely to play... Okay, so let's suppose that I am going to be in red green. I think that's most likely. I did pass up a lot of red early on, but you know, we didn't really know that we were going to see a bunch of green bombs, so we were really just trying to find our way into our color pair. And you know what? Finding it this early in pack 3 is, I think, perfectly fine. Here, I'm very happy to take a Bark Knuckle Boxer. I actually quite like my deck. I don't know if I play the Uncharted Haven. I will not play the Pawn Prophet. With 3-Tree Mascot plus Uncharted Haven, I could splash something like Vinereap Mentor maybe, but I think the main good thing about Vinereap Mentor is that it comes down on curve. So let's just take the Bark Knuckle Boxer here. Take out the trash, it's not a creature. Yeah, we're getting a little cut, aren't we? It's interesting. I guess I did send very unclear signals, didn't I? So I could take the Steam Path Charger. I mean, I don't mind just trying to play a really aggressive game, I think. So let's go ahead and take that. I would like some ramp. I mean, if I could find a Rudy Tooty, I would be really happy, but I'm not going to steep as low as to play Heaped Harvest. Basically, cards that don't affect the board, you should be extremely hesitant to play them. Wow. Okay, now black ended up being so open. Okay, well, you know what? I guess I'll take the Camellia. Wow, it's so funny to not know what my colors are at this point, but actually kind of feels like maybe Squirrels is the better lane. This is so funny. I mean, you shouldn't really be in this situation, but like Downwind Ambusher Camellia, I just didn't really know how to read that Saver coming around so late. Was that a signal or not? And look, now we're seeing a bunch of red open, so it's just chaos at this table. I'll take Head of the Homestead. You know, if I can get one more piece of fixing, I'll play the Muera or the Camellia, whichever one is not my primary color. So funny to be in that spot, but you know, green was basically so flowing and then everything else was pretty cut. Very messy table, all in all. Definitely a very messy table for us, and now we're getting a Baker's Bane duo. I think Hazel's Nocturne is respectable. You have to have it in the right deck, but I think it's respectable. But I love Baker's Bane duo. I'm all over this card. I will absolutely be snapping it up. I do think it's actually more likely that we're red than black, but the difference is like 2 cards. Honestly, the difference is like 2 cards. I mean, it's like, do I play the Brazen Collector and Steam Path Charger versus Vinery Mentor, Bone Cache Overseer, Saver? When I say it like that, it seems very obvious that I'm supposed to be green-black, actually. Okay, and then a Junkblade Harvester. I mean, I can play it. I'm definitely stacking too high on the 4 drops, but I really, or 5 drops or 6 drops. Like my curve is a little bit top heavy. However, I'm not going to be playing Teapot Slinger. I don't really believe in that card. I mean, I think it can be good. Okay, well, actually, with the 3-Tree Mascot, now I can play Muera. Maybe I just don't even play Bone Cache Overseer. Hunter's Talent, Bandit's Talent, rather. This is also a card that I don't believe in. Basically, you should view this kind of a card as good as the Enters ability, usually, unless the level up abilities are particularly strong, as they are with Hunter's Talent. And in the case of Bandit's Talent, it's basically like, I invest 2 mana to make you discard a card that you didn't even have to pay for yet. So not a very good effect. Probably just cut the non-creature here. I do wish that I had picked up a Rudy Tooty at any point in this draft, anything that could accelerate me and make my curve a little bit more respectable, but this was a very messy table. Wow, and we're last picking a Scales of Shale. Okay, rewarded for leaving ourselves open to black. I probably would rather play that than like Head of the Homestead or something kind of random. Even though Head of the Homestead is pretty good, like in my deck, it's not supported. Okay, so that was completely chaotic, but we basically end up mono green with a minor splash into black and a minor splash into red, which I think is perfectly fine. I guess maybe I play either High Stride or let's try Head of the Homestead over Bark Farm Harvester, something like that. Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, weird draft, weird situation, but we got a lot of power into our deck, so I can't be too unhappy about that. All right, on to game number 1. By the way, just interspersing this before we start our game 1, for anyone who followed my quest in traditional drafting to get 20 play-in points, turns out it's much easier to just place in the top 1250 mythic. Took a lot less work for me than to win that many traditional drafts. Okay, now on to game 1. Or sorry, to win 10 traditional drafts is what the goal was. And I think I managed to 303 traditional drafts in a lot of tries. Okay, hey, I can't complain about this hand. Vinereap Mentor keeps me alive. Camellia pops the foods that Vinereap Mentor makes, and then I'm building up to Galewind Moose. Seems like an awesome hand. Yeah. Opponent is on a very strange double white, so I do wonder if they're mana screwed right now. However, they apparently played in the World Championship. Is that what this means? Do you get this for playing in the World Championship? Okay, so yeah, I was thinking about Parting Gust, but I get an Enter's Effect and I get a fish back for that. Yeah, there's that double white removal spell. I was thinking about that, but I didn't remember the name of it, so I didn't dare to speculate. Okay, so play this. My squirrels get Menace, but that doesn't seem relevant. Okay, let's see. Non-creature otter spell, you get basically draw card for the turn, right? Exile the top card of your library, play that card, it triggers only once each turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the most fair thing you've ever seen in your life. Hunter's Talent, shooting Camellia into Seedpod Squire. This is why this card is so incredibly cracked. Then I think I could just level up the talent, but I think I'm going to go Baker's Bane Duo. Actually, no, let's just put more stats on the board because this guy gets indestructible. This guy also has an expend ability, and then this guy has Menace, so I can just attack. Yeah, it's looking a little good. We'll see what the opponent has, though. They're a World Championship contender. Can you just buy this sleeve, or do you get this for being in the World Championships? That'd be so cool if they were in the World Championship. All right. So now I kind of want to expend 4. But if I do that, attacking with the Boxer. So this puts a counter on every squirrel. This thing, both of these two are squirrels. So I would like to pop the food after. However, I don't get the +1/+0 to be able to attack with the Bark Knuckle Boxer after expending 4. So I don't think that I have an attack this turn. I think let's just go ahead and play 3 Tree Mascot into Baker's Bane Duo, making another food, giving me another opportunity to forage. Go ahead and play Uncharted Haven. And I'm not going to play around discard effects. And I'm also not going, because I want to ramp up to my Moose, and I'm also not going to try to conserve to be able to expend next turn. Now Camellia can double pop foods. I can double forage. I can play the Moose, or if I draw land. If I draw land, I can play the Moose, or I can pop 2 foods and level up Hunter's Talent. Sounds pretty good. Intrepid Rabbit is a good card. Make some nice blockers for them. Okay, I'll just snap take that. I'm not going to play into whatever combat trick you have. It's just no possible reason for me to here. Okay, very awkward draw. Kind of feel like just playing Druid of the Spade and then holding up 2 mana. I could also level up Hunter's Talent. That might be good. Rather than holding up the mana to pop the food at instant speed when I can just pop it next turn. So okay, let's level this up, but I don't think I have an attack here. I know I'm playing very passively, but the thing is all of my stuff is just going to get better with time, and I don't think that they have good attacks. Like if they attack with the Quake Tusk Boar, if they attack with everything, I have really good blocks. If they attack with just the Quake Tusk Boar, I'm just going to double block. Okay. Kind of feel like just going block and block. And if I block with something else, it does technically give up a squirrel. Everything else is a squirrel. But why don't I trade the Bark Knuckle Boxer? I don't. Actually, it is kind of good, isn't it? I want to keep all of my squirrels around for sure. Yeah, I don't really need Bark Knuckle Boxer, do I? I guess I'd rather, if they're flickering things, I'd rather they flicker the Intrepid Rabbit rather than the Head of the Homestead. All right. Everything trades, I take some damage, 3, 4 damage or something. Wow, I really want to start popping squirrels for Camellia, but I mean, popping food and putting counters on my squirrels. Maybe it's just time. So I could attack with like Baker's Bane Duo, pop 2 foods. I think I really want to use this Camellia. And I don't want to just be a pure victim of my opponent. I think it's a good idea to get active here. I'm threatening 5 damage. That's actually like rather a lot of damage. They could quadruple block. It's interesting. Okay. So I will sack a food. Make a 1/1. Everyone gets a counter. Then probably just do it again. I think probably killing Harnester of Swarms is better than killing a bunch of tokens. Like, the tokens the tokens are pretty good in their deck, right? The thing about tokens in their deck is there's a lot of like pump all of your creatures kind of effects in rabbits. But I think Harnester of Storms probably has higher upside than some random 1/1 token. All right, immediately chump block. They are going to have some effect here. There's like Mabel's Metal. Do they have access to Indestructible? There's 3 damage. Why don't I block with 2? I don't actually really care about this at all. So if they have Mabel's Metal, I'd like to end up killing something of theirs. Okay. No, that's fine. This'll down players. Okay. And then a Jackdaw Savior. So this can bring back... when it dies, it will bring back what? They have no creature with lesser mana value in their graveyard. Okay. So I'm going to play my land. I could just level up Hunter's Talent. It's a little obvious if I don't do anything here. It's a little obvious if I don't do anything here. So, okay, here's one thing that I can do. Attack with the 2/2, and then when they block, I could forage, put a counter on each of my squirrels to trade, for example, and then level up the Hunter's Talent and draw a card, but that doesn't appeal to me. I think I just want to land a Galewind Moose and block their 3/1 when they don't get any value out of it. It is lesser mana value, not at most that mana value, right? I'm assuming we're going to get attacked by a Jackdaw Savior here. They've played very aggressively, I think quite appropriately aggressively, actually. All right, in with 3 creatures. Sure. You do that. All right. So I have to block the Jackdaw Savior with the Moose, because if I block the Brazen Collector, yeah, then it will go to the bin, and then when the Jackdaw Savior dies, they get to bring it back. I was feeling very comfortable that game, but we really did have to pay attention to our life total and our resources, right? All right, 1-0, on to the next one. Also, I just looked it up, and apparently those sleeves were given out for trying to predict who would win the World Championship in 2020. And it seems my opponent did not correctly predict that it would be Paulo Vitor Damada Rosa, the person who did win that year. Because if you did, then you get like a sleeve that has a trophy on it. The more you know. On to the next one. But we did not play against Paulo. All right, very happy to take this. I'll play this and make it a red. And we have all of our colors under us. We have Bark Knuckle Boxer turn 2, then a Hunter's Talent. Life is looking good. We have enough to cast our Lumra if we just get 2 more lands at some point. Yeah, looking great. Looking great. Playing against a lot of aggressive red decks today, which makes sense. It is Bloomburrow, after all. He has a non-creature spell. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. Well, it may be getting Hunter's Talented. We'll see what happens turn 2. Okay, Agate Assault. Woof, that is very aggressive. Okay, and it gets exiled, so it doesn't contribute to my count of cards that I can forage from. But okay, I'm just gonna slap down this Bushy Bodyguard. I have more than enough stuff to do later on, even though I don't have any foraging to do right now. I will happily trade it for the Coruscation Mage, probably, to be honest. This, unfortunately, does not have Forage as one of its modes. It would be nice if it could turn on the Bone Cache Overseer. I have nothing right now that can Forage. I think I'll just block. I don't think I'm supposed to save for Hunter's Talent. They could have any number of stuff, counter target card or whatever. Shore up. Yeah, that's okay. Because, like, that would have saved it from Hunter's Talent as well, is kind of my logic here. Just get them to spend their stuff. I think that's fine. I am getting hurt, but now I can Hunter's Talent into the Bellowing Crier Oh, and that's actually kind of nice. And I actually am going to do that. I like the idea of just putting Hunter's Talent on the field. So let's shoot this into Bellowing Crier. They at least gave me something to kill. And then I could savor their Coruscation Mage, or I could level up Hunter's Talent. I don't really need the Savor to resolve, and I don't care that much about Coruscation Mage. Technically, this lets them untap and shore up against Savor. But the thing is, if they do that, I just don't care that much. And it does give them an opportunity to ping me. But it's like, if you have a shore up, sure, spend it right now. Like, spend all your resources. Take out the trash, it's fine. Yeah, so it lets them ping me. They got an extra damage out of this. That's just fine. Basically, I just don't care. Like, I'm about to play a Hivespine Wolverine, hopefully. And into a Lumra, if I can just get some lands here. He's gonna be... Okay, well, this is just me getting punished for my curve. Let's be honest. This is me getting punished for my curve. Getting punished, definitely, but punished for a reason, which is my bad curve. Yep, that's an issue. And I don't want to do mode number 2 either. I really worry that they have a counter spell. Okay. Well, I guess I don't hate Camellia, but I assume I'm going to get countered here. There are 2 different counter spells that they could have. It could just be a removal spell. Eddie Mert Crab. Oh, I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Yeah, no, that's tough for me, right? Missing those several land drops really hurt me, didn't it? Okay, land, please. Oh my goodness. I mean, you know, this is why you need to have a low curve in Bloomburrow. 6 drops really do hurt you. 5 drops even really do hurt you. So I could get really aggro leveling up Hunter's Talent and attacking with Camellia to try to draw land. That doesn't sound right to me. I think what I want to do is next turn forage off of Camellia, taking the cards out of the bin. So crack my food and then forage, probably. Crack my food and then forage, I think. Which costs 4. Although it's actually not that good, right? Because I kind of do want the token. Okay, maybe I'll play Druid of the Spade just as a blocker for their Tempest Angler. Unless they have, you know, something else good. I do have the food. Camellia is not going to be blocking under any circumstances, right? So let's just attack with Camellia. Give her +1. I really don't think she's supposed to be attacking here. Yeah, but really awkward. Really, really awkward. Oh, you have some removal? Oh, wow. I'm taking 8 here. Yeah, no, my curve really hurt me. Really, really hurt me this game, didn't it? I guess I shouldn't have attacked with Camellia. I actually would have liked to block that Tempest Angler, and then I dropped my other 6 drop. Oh, that's too stupid. 6 drop, 6 drop, 6 drop, 5 drop. Okay, I'm getting punished for my curve, but at the same time, this was quite implausible, wasn't it? All right, well, not much we can do about that. I obviously can't block. And I'd rather be chumping with a 1/1, so. All right, so I have to do this in the right order. First, I sacrifice the food to get some HP. This is just so bad. Then I could forage. But actually, now that I think about that, my squirrel is about to chump a 5/5, so that doesn't sound right. So yeah, I'm going to block like this. I'm going to block like this. It's too bad. Just don't play another big threat. Okay, another Tempest Angler. Come on, land. Oh my goodness. What is my life, everybody? This is just pathetic. This is just pathetic. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 non-lands to 4 lands. Yeah, that's how my life is. All right, well, I'll block the Tempest Angler. Crack the food before damage. I almost went to damage. That would have been a lethal mistake. I make another food so I can survive another hit. Oh boy. Another non-land. 13 lands and 13 non-lands and 2 lands. Isn't that so awesome? All right. Well, Tree Guard. I guess I'll just throw Tree Guard Duo to the Wolves because I need a chump blocker and I can do double spell with Druid of the Spade one day. So like I can play Druid of the Spade and crack my food in one turn. Yeah, this is so sad. All right. Okay, that is another card. That is another land for me. So I think I will go for... I could go for Hivespine Wolverine and just be dead to a counterspell. No, I don't even have double green. All of this and I don't even have double green. Oh, that's so funny. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take the hit from the crab and go to 1. I'm dead to a shore up, but like I don't have the luxury of, you know, I don't have the luxury of preserving life total here as far as I'm concerned. So down comes Light Shell Duo. Oh, really need to hit another forest here, don't I? Otherwise I'm completely cooked. Okay, that is a forest. All right, so I can Gale Wind Moose. That's pretty good. This is so funny. I can't believe it. Can Season of Gathering do anything for me? No. I don't really want Lumra either. Well, actually, when Lumra enters, I mill 4 and maybe I get more lands back. So I'm already dead to any single interaction spell, right? If I play the Moose at instant speed, you know, they could counter it. They could still counter it, so I'm still dead to a counter spell. They could still do whatever removal they have, like bounce or something. So there's actually no advantage to the instant speed Moose. Unless, even if the only thing that they have is a sorcery speed interaction, then they can get rid of Druid of the Spade. So I think it's actually worth it to cast Lumra. All right, here are all my lands. All right, now I have some lands. But yeah, any interaction and we are just dead on the spot. Looks like they have it. Yep, that's game. I mean, I'll make them attack, but yep, that was a totally implausible loss. I mean, I drew like 14 non-lands before I drew my 5th land. So maybe I'll shave off one more expensive card because that was pretty painful. It really felt like a super winnable game. But we also drew our entire top end while only seeing 4 lands. That's not going to happen very often. So let's cut. Yeah, maybe I should have been playing the Bark Farm Harvester instead of Head of the Homestead, something like that. All right, on to the next one. Very painful loss. So I guess that if I had actually chumped with the 4-3 when I had the opportunity, I also would not have lost because they wouldn't have been able to Rabbit Gnaw Lumra. So I guess that was a mistake. All right, quite like this hand. Last time I was bragging about how I could play Lumra if I just draw 2 more lands, so I won't make that mistake again of presuming that that will happen for me. Bone Cache Overseer, okay. All right, fast start from the opponent. Camellia on an empty board is not good, but I can't just not play a 1-drop, a 2-drop, or a 3-drop when my opponent is doing the classic Bloomburrow curve out. I definitely feel behind in this game. I would say my opponent is a big favorite at this point. Like Bone Cache Overseer into Baker's Bane duo is a very commanding curve out there. But okay. I mean, we have a 5-drop and a 6-drop, and they kind of have to spend their removal on Camellia because Camellia is a bomb. I'm not that far behind on life total. A Bone Cache Overseer, a very weak draw from me here. Now, overall, I think my deck is quite bad, actually. Feeling pretty bad about the whole affair at this point. And now you have a Camellia. Yeah, no, I'd say I'm like 20% to win this game, probably. Oh, and it gives your squirrels Menace. Yeah. I'll be happy if I make my gems back in this event. This is terrible. So next up, I play Lumra. I'm presuming they have a removal spell, push 6 damage or 7 damage, actually. Yeah. I'm pretty cooked. But we'll see. See if they have it. The curve out of 1, 2, 3, Bone Cache Overseer, Baker's Bane duo, Camellia with a Nocturnal Hunger in the middle. It's about as brutal as it gets. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm screwed. Definitely back against the wall in this event. But also, our draft was a total mess, right? Like, not knowing whether I was black or red for so long, that's really not how it's supposed to be. Okay, so next turn, we can play Lumra. Paw Patch to draw a card, Mega Food. We can play Lumra and attack with a 6/6 at least. Oh, Moira's a nice one. So actually, instead of Lumra, I could technically play the Dray Leader, like Moira into Dray Leader gain 3. Yeah, Moira is a really good one. I think I will play Lumra, though. I like the idea of just having, like, a lot of stats. I like the idea of having a lot of stats. 3, 4. Okay, and now I think I can activate... Can I activate the Bone Cache Overseer? I did 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn it. I can almost activate Bone Cache Overseer, but not quite, right? Lumra almost combos with Bone Cache Overseer, but it didn't quite work out for me here. Okay. All right. Got some damage through. That's sad. I mean, they might just be able to kill me, to be quite honest. They're at 14, so they remain the beat down. Camellia can just make a bunch of giant creatures. We'll see. If they have a single other like Nocturnal Hunger or something destroying Lumra, then I'm in extremely deep trouble. At that point, it's game over. Their card quality is off the charts. Nocturnal Hunger and Paw Patch Formation less so, but just like the cards that they were able to land already. Well, okay, I definitely am supposed to expend before everything else, right? To get counters on my Bruiser. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that I just drop the Muera, drop this guy to get not counters, but extra power on the Bruiser. I do gain some life. I can play a land for making Lumra bigger. I think I just do. And then in with these two. I would love to draw my 6-mana Season of Gathering. That would be the ideal. Okay, interesting. Well, I'll kill the 4/4. Interesting. I wish I had ways of foraging. The thing about Bonecash Overseer is it does turn all of your food into draw card, right? Because you can just sacrifice the food on its own. Good draws include Season of Gathering would be ideal. Draw 9. That would be awesome. Galewind Moose. Treeguard Duo would be pretty good. Hivespine Wolverine would be good. Scales of Shale would be pretty nice. I could like gain 12 HP. I still could draw my Camellia, right? No, I played my Camellia, sorry. I could draw Vinereap Mentor, though. That would be good. Bushy Bodyguard would be not bad at all. Yeah, I really wish I had this guy. Yeah, I have a lot of good draws. Actually, Baker's Bane Duo. My Hunter's Talents would be very nice draws, wouldn't they? Curious Forager, they chose not to forage. Oh, because they have exactly 3 in the bin. Got it. Yep, no, that makes sense. They would have to remove the permanent from their graveyard in order to forage. I mean, anything that lets me expend 8 would be awesome, but that's basically just Season of Gathering. Hunter's Talent kind of helps, though. Druid of the Spade. Oh, that's not so good at all. So if I attack with Lumra, they can triple block with 3 cards that they don't particularly care about, basically trading Lumra for Bonecash Overseer plus a 4/4. That sounds pretty bad. I think maybe I hold on to Druid of the Spade in the interest of trying to expend 8, which I think is a major way for me to win. So unfortunately, no attacks. And expend 4 is also pretty good, like gain 3. I don't hate that. This will turn into a game of Huskbuster Swarm. Wow, of attrition, I think so. Oh my goodness, so bad. Ugh. I mean, I've had issues in this event with curve and deck quality, but I've also had big issues with my draws, right? Head of the Homestead. I mean, the Swarm, I pretty much just have to take that damage. I don't really see a good block. Okay, interesting. They didn't want to attack. Okay, so this feels pretty good. This feels pretty good. So I'll play Baker's Bane Duo. No, this actually feels pretty good. This is the kind of a card that I was hoping to get. Right, put a counter on the Dray Leader. I can crack my food. When I crack my food, this makes it possible to activate the Bonecash Overseer. Draw a card. Not the dream card exactly, but now I can play Druid of the Spade plus 3 Tree Mascot. That would let me expend 4. And it would put another counter on the Honored Dray Leader. But actually, would I rather just save it to be able to, if I draw a 3-drop, be able to expend 8 next turn? I kind of like that more, actually. So I'll go with no attacks. Because I'm not yet dead to an attack. Bloomburrow ends up in these ridiculous board stalls so often. Okay, they're not able to forage here, so that's good for me. Just a 2/4. Just a humble 2/4. All right, I think I will just take that this time. I could double block, but all my stuff is about to get better. Oh my goodness, I can't even double spell. I really want to activate Muera. Drawing another land is so bad for me. Do I need to gain the HP? Am I just dead? Otherwise, I might just be dead. I think it's probably time to play this. I was really hoping to just get anything of mana cost 3 or more so that I could expend. But, you know, getting a 5/5, some extra blockers, and gaining some life probably is crucial here. I think I could easily just die if I don't play it safe. Hunter's Talent, Season of Loss. In this deck, I have Galewind Moose, Hunter's Talent, Season of Loss. Another Hunter's Talent. Okay, well, obvious combat trick is obvious, but let's just double block and get combat tricked. Better now than when they alpha strike and kill all of my stuff, right? All right, go for it. Deal your damage. Do your worst. Let's go. Okay, at least I traded off their Death Toucher. That feels good. See what else you've got. Come on, Season of Loss. That's all I want. Just let me draw Season of Loss. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Make your choice. Wix Patrol. Okay. I continue to think I'm lost. I think I've been lost since turn 3, but we're hanging on here by a thread. Basically, if we can ever manage to get... Well, now we can no longer expend 8. It was really bad for us to draw the 2 lands in the last few turns. Okay, I'll go ahead and play this. And I guess I will fight a creature token. A 1/1 creature token, I suppose. I could also put a +1/+1 counter on maybe Druid of the Spade. I guess let's fight a creature token. Killing a 1/1 of theirs is probably better than putting a 1/1 on one of my creatures. I mean, I'm lost. They just have to work up the courage to attack with everything, I think. Coiling Rebirth onto what? I'm sorry, what? All my creatures get toughness 1. All right, I'll give myself one more turn to draw Season of Growth. But no, they just, their deck just totally out-qualitied mine. I mean, this Muera could have been great, but the fact that I'm playing all these clunkers, like Barknuggle Savior, Junkblade Bruiser, Honored Dray Leader, 3-Tree Mascot, these are all not very good cards. All right, you may attack. I give you permission. They don't want to attack with everything still? Wow. They're playing even more defensively than I do. But you should just attack with everything here. I can't really see why not, in my opinion. Oh yeah, all your squirrels have menace or something. I guess I'll just like double block like this, take 9. There's just not much to do. I could block the raccoon down. Okay, it's not Season of Loss. Actually, that does give me lifelink. That's really funny. So actually, I guess I'm not dead this turn. That's really funny. I mean, I'm dead, but let's do our hilarious gain 12 play. Okay. All right, so past to blockers. I'm just going to block the maximum of damage down. So block this, block the 5/3, and block a 5/5. Oh, you have menace. So then I have to block a 3/4, I guess. I haven't done the math, but I assume it's not enough here. I'm at 19 and you're representing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's making it hard. Like everything's moving around, which makes it really hard for me to count. Like the cards are shifting around as I activate these abilities. Looks like I die. All right, GG. That probably went on a little bit longer than it should have. Yeah, plus 13 is not enough. All right, too bad. Yeah, my deck is not behaving impressively, is it? We still have time for redemption, but is there a way to just increase the card quality? I mean, the curve out that they had was one of the dream curve outs of the format. You can't do much better than turn 1 Squirrel into turn 2 Baker's Bane Duo, turn 3 removal for my bomb, and then turn 4 Camellia, one of the top bombs in the format. It's like, even if my deck were really good, which it is not, it would not be able to deal with that, but I think maybe I'm just playing too many bad cards. Maybe I actually want the high stride instead of the 5-drop. It's kind of a compromise on playing a higher quality card, but a cheaper one as well. All right, well, 1 and 2. All right, let's see if we can just rattle off a few so we at least get our gems back. On to the next one. All right, we definitely have the power in our deck. We just need some luck. And this hand is, I wouldn't say lucky, but not a bad one at all to start with. So I'll definitely go turn 2 Baker's Bane Duo, turn 3 the Mascot, and we're just holding up high stride for a while. Ooh, never mind. Turn 3 Camellia sounds pretty good. This guy is a squirrel, and it makes a food. This is like the combo. So that's some luck. That's some luck, but we'll see. I mean, they're in, you know, removal heavy colors, it seems. I don't think there's a double black, so this looks like mana issues. I don't think there's a double black spell, especially now that they didn't like hold anything up. So I'll go ahead and play the Camellia. I can always just forage the food to make it 2/2 if I want to, but I would rather probably just play the 3-tree Mascot. There's no saver here, but they could play a land and, you know, kill it. Okay, this is the luck that I was talking about. So 3-tree Mascot is a squirrel. It has Changeling. This is like one of the very few Changeling cards printed in between the 2 Lorwyn's. Kind of wonder if this was just sort of, you know, dropping a hint that some Changeling was coming down. Okay, and then in with Camellia, I don't think there's any reason not to attack with it, and I don't think there's any reason to forage right now. Can just forage on their turn. Just hold up high stride in case I have some removal for Camellia or something that I don't know what it would be that high stride would save Camellia from, but all right, so I'm going to go ahead and forage this food, get some counters. And now that that triggered, I already got a bunch of value out of Camellia, so if it gets removed now, it's not so bad. All right, in with the team. They could have the Nocturnal Hunger, destroy target creature. At this point, I think I probably don't commit more to the board. Actually, they're so close to dead, I think I do. The thing is, like, there is Season of Loss, like a black-based board wipe that they could have, but they actually need 2 more lands to play it, and they're at 12. There's also the white-based board wipe. Well, I definitely won't play my 5-drop. So I'll play this, just hold that. If I had 1 more card in the graveyard, I could play a high stride. Okay, this is not very board wipey behavior. They're going to block Camellia. Oh, they're not going to block Camellia? I just win, right? When it becomes the target of a spell or ability, tap target creature an opponent controls. So they can no longer crack their food, so I should just go for the kill here. Interesting block. Why didn't they block Camellia? It's a 3/2. Oh, wait, does Camellia has Menace? It gives your other scrolls Menace, but it has Menace or something? That makes sense. I get it now. Okay, yeah, Camellia says other scrolls you control have Menace, which was why I was thinking it doesn't, but it also just separately has Menace. So tough game for the opponent with the mana issues, but on to the next one. This is not really a keepable hand, right? I just have no plays before turn 6. Doesn't really sound like... Okay, this is really funny. I think I do just keep the double hundreds talent, don't I? Pretty sure I just do. I do need to draw another creature for this to be good, probably. At least for me to feel secure in it, because if they just have a removal spell for Vine Root Mentor, I'm in trouble. But the thing is, Hunter's Talent off of Vine Root Mentor can kill most early turn plays in this set. There's not that much that has 4 toughness. There's a few commons across a few different colors, but all in all, quite a good hand. It's just a little bit delicate in not having a backup creature. All right, start with the forest. I also like being on the play with this hand. Makes it less likely that they're going to get to remove my Vine Root Mentor. Oof, Muera, not the moment when I want to see you, Muera. You're a nice enough raccoon, but yeah, maybe my mana is just really bad. I think that's very possible. Okay, now do I run out the Hunter's Talent? I think so, because I have another Hunter's Talent where that came from. Kind of seems right. Oh, Uncharted Haven. Okay, don't hate that at all. So I'll play that for a red. I think I do just use a Hunter's Talent, like pretty weak use of Hunter's Talent, but it gives me something to do with my mana. And it's like I do have a whole other Hunter's Talent. Plus little 1/1 bunnies in this set, they just have a way of getting really enormous. Okay, they did have a 4 toughness creature. Dang, joke's on me. Okay, well, it's definitely Muera time. I actually could level up my hunter's talent, attack, and kill that thing. Actually, is that better? That could just be better. I like the idea of leveling up my hunter's talent. That's actually kind of cool. Let's try this. So next, I attack for 4. I assume you don't block. I mean, you know, it's a little weak if they play something that I really want to kill, but I kind of like the idea of just clear the road and just get super aggro with it. In Bloomburrow, being aggro is not bad. They haven't evinced the ability to kill Vine Reap Mentor yet, so if I'm attacking with a 5-2 trampling Vine Reap Mentor, that's pretty strong. Basically, the idea is next turn, play Muera and then level up my other hunter's talent. And then Muera is a threat on its own, right? It would be attacking as a 4-4. Okay, so they can double block my Vine Reap Mentor if they want to. God, this card, my goodness, this card is so good. 3-tree mascot, don't hate it. I don't hate it. Kind of want to save it to try to double spell with Muera. Interesting. I think I would trade with everything here. So why don't I level up this hunter's talent in with the Vine Reap Mentor. And they're going to double block, I assume. This is so funny. But I don't mind going card for card with them here because every single card I have is such a threat now because of the hunter's talents. Hunter's talent is just not an okay card. Okay, they took it. Interesting. It kind of makes sense to me. Because it's not the Vine Reap Mentor that's a problem for them, right? It's the hunter's talents. All right. So what I can do next turn is I can attack. Actually, I can't make 2 creatures of power 4 or greater, but I really do want to level up my hunter's talent. Okay, this thing is now able to block Vine Reap Mentor. Okay. Well, it's kind of cool that 3-tree mascot is a raccoon. Do I attack with Muera as a 4-4? If I attack with just Vine Reap Mentor, they'll just straight up block it. If I attack with... So if I attack with Muera as a 4-4, they can double block, and I kill the Plume-Creed Mentor, probably. I don't think I care that much about Muera, do I? I wish I had 2 3-power creatures so that I could attack with both and draw a card. Okay, I think I'll play my 3-tree mascot before this mana goes away. Actually, right, yeah, before it goes away. Then... I think I'll attack with Muera, give it 2+1/+1s. Because if they want to, unless they have a Crumb and Get It, which they very well could, they have to double block. Okay, very nice. I like that a lot. Yes, very good. I get to draw a card. That feels really good. And then I will go ahead and play a land, might as well, and then draw a card. Druid of the Spade, yeah, you have power 4 as long as I keep my food around. So next turn I could just play Druid, level up my other hunter's talent, draw 2. That's pretty good. Now I am facing an onslaught in the air. So what does this do? If you gained or lost life this turn, which they will every turn, look at the top 4 cards of your library and you can get a creature into your hand. Okay. I just need to really solidify my position as the beatdown because now they're definitely going toe for toe with me in terms of value. Looks like they found multiple creatures and they're choosing between them. So let's see what they got. Something good. Oh, this is a tight game. Really interesting. Okay, Brightblade Stoat. Ugh, more lifelink. I don't enjoy just how much life they're gaining every turn. That's unfortunate for me. Oh no, and I'm 1 mana short of getting to play both of my creatures and also level up my hunter's talent. Oh, that's too bad. Well, let's go ahead and play this. I guess I do kind of just want to draw the card rather than leveling up my other hunter's talent. Or sorry, not draw the card, gain 3. I think life is going to be really important in this. So yeah, probably let's start by gaining 3 because Muera is definitely going to go get into combat and it might not survive the combat. And then attack. Actually, attack with these 3. Yeah, I like this move. And then Muera and the mascot each get +1. In Bloomburrow, you gotta be aggro with it. You got to get aggro with it. And then I'm gonna draw a card at the end of the turn. It would have been nice to draw 2 cards, but I think gaining 3 life is just really important as I keep the pressure on here. And I can actually pop a food if they kill my Vine Rate Mentor, because it's going to make me an extra food. I want to keep my Druid of the Spade at 4 HP. Or 4 power, I mean. If they do decide to trade off Life Creed Duo, I don't hate that at all. Okay, yeah. This is probably the kind of a play that I would make. Just give up some life. All right, and then we end. Let's see what we draw. A High Stride would be nice. Oh, Savor. That's really good. Actually, I think let's just fire this off right now. On target creature control without flying. Yeah, I think let's just fire this off right now on the Star Charter. I really don't want them to get infinite more cards. Brightblade Stoat is going to be really annoying. So I could have saved it for the Brightblade Stoat, but as of right now, I can attack over the Brightblade Stoat. And Bark Knuckle Boxer is going to be able to attack through it. I guess if they manage to put 2 counters on Brightblade Stoat, then I'm looking like a fool. Okay, so if I can expend 4, I can still attack with the Boxer. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to save the Savor for Brightblade Stoat, actually. That could have been the game right there. We'll see, we'll see. I have 3 raccoons. That's totally sweet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'll play Baker's Bane Duo. Level up my guy here. Can't push any damage, so... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I was just supposed to save the Savor and kill the Brightblade Stoat. Oh, Honored Dre Leader. Holy cow. 7/7 trample. That's pretty good. And Muera lives. Muera lives. Okay, sure. That comes down. So now I'm not going to pop my food. I really want to draw like a Galewind Moose or something. I don't know, just felt like Star Charter is so good. Every time they play a creature, they draw a creature and they're just refilling their hand all the time. Brightblade Stoat means I just have one thing to deal with. But Star Charter is just going to fill their hand at like a similar pace to my Hunter's Talents. Okay, I think I will keep a food lying around. Attacking is, yeah, you might as well, right? You might as well. 4 power in the air is a good amount. The thing is, though, you're effectively at 10 and killing one of my creatures. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you do have to make multiple blocks in addition to the Stoat. But I'm not going to be alpha striking next turn because I have the Dre Leader and I'm not really under pressure because of the number of foods that I have. Ugh, so annoying to be drawing all these lands. I really don't need that. I really don't need that many lands, thank you. But I will play this guy as a 7/7. Just a lot of lands to be drawing, but okay. 7/7's pretty good. Might as well use one of this mana to pop a food. And then, yeah, we just go to the end step. They still have their first strike lifelinker. Hopefully draw some more good stuff. I guess I'll play a land because if I draw the Moose, I'm going to want to be able to cast that. So I think that makes sense. No tax, not right now. I can't force lethal, and I'm at 29 HP, so... Oh, you can kill my Hunter's Talent. Yeah, I mean, sure. That's a pretty important blocker for you, I think, though. But sure. I guess you don't have that many options here. Oh my goodness, another land. Oh. My deck's being pretty frustrating at this point, but hopefully I can start drawing anything. I mean, next turn I at least get to attack with Honored Dre Leader. That's pretty strong. But, like, not being able to expend is quite bad. And in a deck that's full of, like, good stuff to do high on the curve, like, I could draw Galewind Moose, Lumra, Season of Gathering, Hivespine Wolverine, Junkblade Bruiser, Tree Guard Duo. Those are, like... You know, Scales of Shale as well. Those are all just ways for me to be pushing damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombs-ish in my deck. So I have a 1 in 3 chance of seeing one of those cards. All right, I'll take it. I will take it. End of turn, I'll just pop 1 food, maybe. Maybe it could be 2. I want to keep 1 token around. Yeah, I'll just make it 1. Come on, something good. Oh my goodness. How many lands? It's like 5 of the last 6 cards are lands or something. Well, okay. I'll just attack with the Honored Dre Leader. Drawing an extra card or an extra 2 cards every turn doesn't help if they're all lands, does it? They clearly had something here. Because they didn't even attack. How lovely. Okay, I'll put it on top and just draw it at the end of my turn. I think that's a good card. Play another land. Well, that's another draw wasted. But hey, good for the opponent. I didn't really think about that as a reason to keep the land on top. Or as a reason to keep the, sorry, the food from, to not crack the food. Yeah, I mean, if I had killed the 2/2 instead of the Star Charter, they would have seen so many creatures by now. They would just be filling up the skies. So I feel like it would be really bad for me anyways. Okay, Mind Spiral. Yeah, I don't hate that. I can't push lethal, right? I still cannot push lethal or anything close to lethal. Just should always be testing like, oh no, now they can destroy my Hunter's Talent or they can destroy my big creature and they get another food. Yeah, that's really frustrating. I mean, I had many opportunities to like have a good draw here and have wasted many of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands so far, meaning we have 7 lands. So 1 in 3 chance. Oh, Hivespine Wolverine's on the bottom. I forgot about that. 1 in 6 chance of a, sorry, about a 1 in 3 chance of a bomb and about a 1 in 3 chance of a useless land. Yeah, I mean, that's just how this draft is going. Every once in a while, you're going to have a draft like this where you have every opportunity to win multiple games and you just can't. You just can't draw anything. So, no, that's Magic cards. We choose to play this game for some reason, and this is how it rewards us. Okay, there's Lumra. All right, there's Lumra. I was worried about getting Lumra later than it's used for it because at a certain point, your deck is so low that you're like totally milled. You're like milling yourself out if you play your Lumra. Season of Growth also, I can't really do the draw cards mode to much effect. But it's an Overrun. Overrun's really good for me here. I assume they have to pop their Share Pot on my Honored Dray Leader. I assume. And they can't do it on Hunter's Talent. Okay, all right. So that means that they have some removal for Honored Dray Leader, doesn't it? Brightblade Stoat, you are an annoying card. You are an annoying card. I'll give you that much. It's also possible their plan for the Dray Leader is just to double block or triple block, right? They could just block with everything except the Brightblade Stoat. Then I would kill Plume-Creed Mentor and Life Creed Duo. Tough situation. Very, very difficult. Maybe I was supposed to savor the Star Charter. I don't regret running out my Hunter's Talents the way that I did. Like, saving it for removal would not really have helped. All right. So they don't have removal for Honored Dray Leader. They'll probably just triple block it. Now, if I can draw a 2-drop, then I can actually go off with Muera, the Expend 8 ability. Yeah, this makes sense. I guess they could now double block, right? They could double block like Thistledown players and Plume-Creed Mentor into the Honored Dray Leader. Okay, all right. Now we're talking. Now we are talking, my friends. This is what I was trying to draw that whole time. Okay, so probably what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and drop a land. Probably what I'm going to do is just do, I mean, I could draw 5 cards. Is that actually good? 6 draw 6. Am I decking myself? I actually don't think I'm really decking myself if I do that. So I could do something like draw 6. I want to play this before Lumra because I don't want to draw 10. Yeah, I think draw 6 is a pretty powerful effect, don't you? So draw cards equal to this, and then put 2 counters on some creatures. I think that sounds about right. I like the idea of drawing 6. The only thing is I'm getting kind of close to decking, but I don't have the forced draw of the Hunter's Talent anymore. So yeah, let's go for it. All right, so I will auto pay. Expend 4, gets +1/+1. You gain indestructible. I'll put a counter on maybe Druid of the Spade and a counter on Honored Dray Leader. Draw 6 cards. All right, don't hate that. Let's go next. Oh, now attack, 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 attack. I think this sounds like a good attack. I'm at 22, so, and then some. And maybe I don't even play Lumra and mill myself out. Maybe I just hold up for Galewind Moose. Oh, I wasn't not supposed to attack with Baker's Bane Duo. My bad. My bad. I was not supposed to attack with Baker's Bane Duo. Somehow, in my head, I thought that they can't block that. Well, let's see. They go to 11. Well, they can block it for value. That's actually just fine. I actually think that's perfectly fine. Okay. Sure. Bonk. I mean, yeah, I definitely gave them some extra options by attacking with the Baker's Bane duo, but... And then, let's see. I kind of want to be able to play that, so why don't I go ahead and just drop a 3-tree mascot. Whoopsies. I didn't even think about that, exiling some cards. So funny. And this is until the end of my turn. End of my next turn. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I can high stride if I want to. That means that they're very unlikely to attack me. But yeah, I do have to be careful about expending 8. I could actually straight up deck myself out. All right, they're going to get rid of the Dre leader. One assumes. Now they triply cannot attack because High Stride and Gale and Moose, well, doubly. They doubly cannot attack. Very strange behavior. Do I want to drop the Moose? Yeah, I might as well, right? Unfortunately, I don't have 1 mana up for High Stride. Kind of want to be able to attack next turn with the Moose. Yeah, let's just drop the Moose. This gain's indestructible. I gain 3. My deck is cool. It has a certain coolness factor to it. And then I'll go ahead and block this, and I'll just take the other 3. I don't know what they have. Some Pump Spell. Come and Get It, perhaps. If they kill my Moose, I think that's fair enough. And we're trying not to expend 8 next turn. This is the issue, is my cards are so powerful in the late game, but they're so much better in the early game. All right. So I think I'm no longer able to play Lumra pretty much. I really don't want to mill 4. Oh, until the end of my next turn, so I can actually still play High Stride. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's go ahead and play Junk Blade Bruiser to give this guy indestructible. And then essentially whatever they block, if they block like a 3-tree mascot here, I will just High Stride it. See what they've got. I wonder if they have a board wipe. That would be kind of awesome. And by awesome, I mean terrible. All right, I will play my face-up High Stride and see what you've been planning for just such an occasion. It's got to be something. And then I will not play Bark Knuckle Boxer because they could have a board wipe, and also I don't want to expend 8 and deck myself. All right, and then I think we're cracking some foods. Oh, we actually win. Okay. I was too lazy to do arithmetic at that point. I kind of thought they were scraping by with like 1 or 2 HP. Well, okay, that was that game lasted longer than it needed to, but I'm glad that I found my really powerful cards in the end. And the opponent played really, really well. They just kept things moving. Very possible I was not supposed to kill that to kill the 3/1 flyer and was supposed to kill the Stoat. I just thought it's like pretty likely that if the 3/1 flyer lives for a bunch more turns, they're gonna develop multiple things that I have to deal with in order to win, where the Stoat is just one thing that I have to deal with. And even then, it's not even needing to deal with it. It's like the moment I draw Lumra or the Moose, the Stoat is not really relevant anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting choice, though. All right, if we win 1 more, then we do get our gems back, and I'll be happy with that. After the way this draft started, I'm actually already happy with 3 and 2. I think my deck is kind of on the edge a little bit, to be quite honest. All right, go ahead and play Baker's Bane Duo. It's on the edge of being an okay deck. It definitely, like, a few too many clunkers low in the curve. Oh, this is too much. Holy cow. Well, I am thrilled. I am thrilled to be able to do this because Burrowguard Mentor is one heck of a card. A ridiculously good card to be able to just snap down like that. I could have attacked and bluffed High Stride, but I feel like they're just going to block, and then they'll know for sure that I don't have High Stride. Whereas next turn I can attack, kind of bluffing a combat trick. And we can do the same exact trick. I mean, having multiple Hunter's talents gives you this luxury. So I'll level this up. Play a land next, in with the duo. Give it +1. I assume they don't block. And then honestly, I'm just going to do the same exact thing. I think I'm just going to Hunter's Talent. Even though Sunshower Druid is not the greatest card you ever saw, I think it's worth just asking them to reveal a combat trick or removal spell. And more importantly, just getting my second Hunter's Talent down. Because Hunter's Talent, even when it's on the battlefield, like Doomblade is good and all, but even when it's on the battlefield, it's so powerful. Like these two together turn a 2-drop into draw a card every turn, or draw 2 cards every turn. All right, Rush Shield Rampager. Yeah, no, that's a good one. The question is, do I just level up my talent and attack? So I could level up one talent and be able to draw a card at the end of next turn if Lumra survives to the end of the turn. Or I could level up this talent. I think I'm just going to do the more mana efficient play, honestly. I think I'm going to do the more mana efficient play. This doesn't let me draw a card right now, but I think having a fully leveled talent is really nice for next turn because I'm going to play a Colossal Lumra. And then I'm going to draw a card at the end of the turn, so it'll pay me back with a card every turn after that, hopefully. And leveling up the other talent is much easier. Like, this only costs 2 to get to the next level, whereas that one costs 4 to get to the next level. So I'd rather use all of my mana. Okay, a little tedious, but I'm glad that that hit my random 2-drop and not Lumra. Waxwane Witness. Okay. All right. Oh, Honored Dray Leader is a nice one, I think. Because that can actually help me activate my Hunter's Talents. All right. Draw a card. Hopefully, if they just have like an Oblivion Ring here, then I'm getting a little bit scared. Okay, that's not an Oblivion Ring. Good, good. Okay, here I think I'm just going to... I just want to be drawing cards, don't I? So let's level this up, and then let's level it up again. I think I just want to be drawing cards, honestly. Double level, and then play Honored Dray Leader. Yeah, my deck's kind of sweet. So 4, 8, 10, so I can't attack, or I don't want to. I'd rather just draw 2 cards. This is so cool. Oh yeah, all right, let's go double Hunter's Talent. Let's fill up my hand. See, I thought that my deck was good. I thought my deck was good. 5, 9, wow, they have so much toughness. I can only start attacking. It just takes me a long time to get to start attacking, doesn't it? You put a counter. So this is a 7/7 for, or no, it's a usually a 5/6, but 7/7 every time you expend 4 from now on. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, play a land. Let's see. So I think attacking with Lumra is still not really an option. I would attack for 12. They could double block with Bruiser, so they have to deal 10 damage to it. So they could triple block with Bruiser, Pileated Provisioner, and Waxwane Witness. I just don't want to. Is that a good enough reason? I just don't want to. I just don't feel like it, honestly. I just kind of want to sit here and draw cards, you know? I love drawing cards, and this is a situation where I get to just sit here and draw cards. So, okay, next turn, probably at end of turn, I'll play a Galewind Moose, and the next turn I'm going to be attacking. Eventually, I'll deck myself, so I have to use my resources, don't I? No, it turns out my deck is sweet. It turns out that my deck is actually straight up sweet. All right, go ahead and play that. All right, we got there. We got there. Okay, we made our gems back. That makes me happy. Turns out when you draw 2 Hunter's Talents in a creature, it's a good hand. All right, so we are at 1,400 gems, 3 and 2. Still 1 win knocks us out, but we managed to rattle off a nice slate of 3 wins in a row here. All right, yeah, I like this hand. It doesn't have 2 Hunter's Talents, so unfortunate for us. But turn 1 Bonecash Overseer into turn 2 Baker's Bane duo, holding up a Saver, and we have a Hivespine Wolverine to top things off with. These two go very, very, very nicely together. Bonecash Overseer, more than anything else, wants Vineroot Mentor. Hello, Vineroot Mentor. But Baker's Bane duo is a nice replacement. And so the thing is, you can sacrifice a food and draw card. Like, pop a food, draw card. Yeah. Camellia is really what you want. If you're giving me another food, I don't really mind that. Yeah, they're like, which one do I even kill? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, but like, for me, keeping my Vineroot Mentor is a nice outcome of that. Go ahead and drop Baker's Bane duo. Saver also gives me food, but yeah, too bad. Should have gotten to draw 10 cards off of this Bonecash Overseer with double food plus food plus food, but you know, you can only have so much in this life, right? I do still need double green to be able to play Saver. By the way, this is a classic situation that I've been talking about. Okay, there we go. That's my second green. In Bloomburrow, what the opponent's doing, they are mana screwed. So like, I'm not saying this is a them problem or a deck building problem or something. You don't really want to be in this position though, where you're just going 1-for-1 with whatever the opponent plays. It's not a good spot to be in because I've already got 6 life points off of them and we're basically even on cards. Not quite, but basically. In Bloomburrow, I'm not saying I'm definitely going to be able to punish the opponent for this or anything, but in Bloomburrow, that tends not to work out great for you. You really want to be playing to the board as much as you possibly can. Okay, so end of turn, I think I'm going to just kill this guy. Yeah, I think I'm going to just kill this guy because, for example, these two really do go well together. Every time you cast it on creature spell, it deals 1 damage, and then you get to do this. So every time you cast it on, you don't even have to be hitting the opponent. Every time you cast it on creature spell, you're going to get to do that. All right, so we're just keeping the beatdown rolling. I am going to play the Hivespine Wolverine. I am going to put the counter on Baker's main duo. I like that Arena gave me the option to destroy my own food. No, thank you. All right, in for 4. So we'll see if they catch up, but you see what I'm saying? Like, this puts you in a spot where you have to catch up. Oh, that is a nice one. Okay, so I'll play the Bark Knuckle Boxer because if I do end up playing Scales of Shale, then that's when I'm going to be expending for. So I've learned my lesson from like yesterday's draft or whenever it was that I screwed this up. You really want to do this before combat because now if they Agate Assault Hivespine Wolverine and I have to Scales of Shale it, then I'll get my expend 4 trigger off of this guy and get +1/+1. Otherwise, I would not have expended 4. Sure. And I wouldn't get the extra whatever off the Baker's main duo. So this turns out to be a big game, right? That actually could have been the entire game right there. Playing the Bark Knuckle Boxer before combat meant that when I played Scales of Shale, Baker's main duo triggered its expend ability. That made it big enough to kill the Coruscation Mage without dying. So playing your spells before combat when you have expend abilities and a combat trick, absolutely crucial in Bloomburrow. Huge lesson to take away from that moment. I screwed it up in a previous game, learned my lesson, and did not screw it up here. Here we don't have enough to expend, so there's no reason to do it. Okay, I will kill the 3 toughness creature, and then I'll play a Bark Knuckle Boxer, and hey, we're just representing 3 different lethal threats, sorry. Yep, so that's what I'm saying, like, in Bloomburrow, starting with Take Out the Trash and Agate Assault, look, it's not their fault. Clearly, their deck is constructed well. They had Fireglass Mentor in their hand, probably had the Ambusher in their hand. They probably drew the Coruscation Mage and the Kindle Spark later. But so it's because they got mana screwed. But you really do not want to put too many 1-for-1 removal spells in your deck. The removal spells that you want to have in your deck in Bloomburrow are cards like Saver or Wix Patrol that give you an extra advantage while they are removing a creature. Wix Patrol puts a 5/3 on the board and removes something. Saver removes something and gives you a food. Those are some kinds of board presence. Wix Patrol, obviously a better kind of board presence, but adding to your board is essential. You cannot just be removing the opponent's board because even one runaway 2/2, like you saw in that game, can just chop off 6 points off your life. And that can be the difference between you stabilizing and not stabilizing. So you really don't want to just be playing too many destroy target creature type effects in Bloomburrow. Okay, enough said. A lot of lessons from that game. Hey, I love this hand. Yeah, I love this hand. Note that 3-tree mascot is a squirrel. So Camellia will be putting counters on it like we saw in one of our recent games. Yeah, love this hand. Just keep it moving. Managing to go, what am I, 5-2 now? I think I rattled off 4 wins in a row. You love to see it. I really thought that my deck was getting short shrift with the 2 losses at the beginning. And by the way, what I'm processing right now is my opponent has a shore up in their hand. Just mark my words. Just mark my words. Okay, I'm going to play this first because it gives this thing menace. In case they have, I don't know what they could have. In Lorwyn, there was something they could flash in here. I'm not sure what this is. There is a counterspell here, but they have a shore up, so that's probably why they have priority right now. I guess I could have run out Druid of the Spade to try to soak in any removal they have. I strongly think it's shore up. There's also, what is there? Bounce target? There's bounce a permanent for 1 blue, actually. They could have that. They could have that, actually. That could be it. They either have bounce a permanent or shore up. It actually, it's like bounce a permanent. Okay, I was wrong about shore up. I forgot there was also Into the Flood Maw at instant speed for 1 blue. But hey, I remembered before making any decisions that, you know, that would have mattered for. Okay, so drop Camellia, play a swamp. This guy gets menace, so I'll attack for 2. Easy enough. Camellia is a little bit weak when you don't have foraging capabilities, but it's still so strong. It's still just so strong. Camellia is on lockdown. They might even attack with Pawn Profit. Maybe not, because it's an important blocker for them, I guess. All right, I'll go ahead and play this and play Druid of the Spade. A very weak card, and this is a weak version of a weak card. But now, if they don't hold up the 2 blue counterspell, or actually there's also the 1 in the blue counterspell, then I will Season of Gathering, probably put 2 counters and draw cards. Is probably how I'm going to do this. I really do want to draw cards, so I'll stack up a creature really tall. Probably Camellia, just because that's worth an extra card for me, even though it concentrates what they want to put their removal on. Oh, is Junkblade Bruiser worth playing first, actually? So that's worth an extra 2. So this would be 5 cards. No, it's only 1 extra power. I really want to do this while they are tapped down. And if there's no single black removal for Camellia. There just isn't. So I'll do this, and then I draw 5. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Oh, Scales of Shale gets an affinity discount because of the 3-tree mascot. So if I play another 3-tree mascot, it goes down to costing 1 mana. That's pretty awesome. No possible reason in the whole wide world for me to block that. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. So this guy does have menace, so maybe I just start by attacking with everything. I'm completely certain that I'm still the beatdown. So let's go in with the team. Okay, this gives indestructible but not hexproof. Interesting. Okay. You know, I think they made a very subtle mistake here. They should have waited until I attacked, because I would have attacked with my 3-tree mascot and it would have lost menace and then they could have blocked. So that's a very subtle mistake, right? They actually could have picked up 3-tree mascot there. I mean, I would have played Scales of Shale in that situation probably, but that is a mistake worth clocking. They kind of lost the opportunity to kill 3-tree mascot. I think I'll go for, I don't really care. I guess I'll play Junkblade Bruiser and then let's Hunter's Talent. I don't really need to hold up the Moose. And I also don't think I need to save Hunter's Talent just for removal because I have the Moose plus Scales of Shale. So I think it's worth just playing the Hunter's Talent because it's such a good card and I can actually level it up all the way next turn. And actually, I definitely will. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, let's just double level this guy. Level up again. And then, oof, I can't play the 3-tree mascot and also hold up Scales of Shale. So I think I'd rather have Scales of Shale of those two. So I know I'm playing so passively, but I mean, what the heck? I have 6 cards in hand and a Hunter's Talent and an advantage on the board and a combat trick. So like, and life totals are even. So all in all, I don't think I have a huge need to play super actively. However, okay, this does give an attacking creature unblockable, which matters for my life total, right? They choose not to attack though. Okay, another Hunter's Talent. That's so awesome. I love my deck. Okay, I'm gonna start with 3-tree mascot. I really want to expend 4. So let's go 3-tree mascot and then let's go with Hunter's Talent probably. And then the Hunter's Talent can shoot the Junkblade Bruiser into the Daggerfang duo. I thought that my deck was good. I'm not going to say I was getting like super tilted or anything, but I was definitely getting disappointed because I just thought that my deck was really good. All right, let's go ahead and gain a bunch of HP. And it was just not showing it in the first 3 games. So this feels a lot better. Now, they could always have... Oh, I should have done this before combat. No, that was stupid of me. They could always have a board wipe. There is Season of Loss, so I'm going to go ahead and just play this out, holding Camellia and Galewind Moose. Camellia still cannot forage. That's really funny. I found 0 foraging. So when a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, oh yeah, look at the top X cards of your library for 2. When a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So they can flicker their Splash Lasher and lock something down. This card, the reason this card is not good, I really love this kind of a card, as you well know if you have watched this channel before. The reason this card is not good is because when you really need it when you're behind. If you're ahead, it's just like a win more kind of thing, kind of goofy. If you're behind, that's when you need it. And when you're behind, you're at like 5 HP. So, okay, can I push lethal? I actually need to do some mathematics here. Okay, they conceded while I was doing math, but basically play Vine Reap. I think I could have pushed lethal. They're at 5 HP. They have 2 blockers. The idea is something like play Vine Reap Mentor, play Camellia. I have 10 mana at my disposal. Okay, it won't let me look at it any longer. Yeah, play Camellia. I have 10 mana. Then I've used 5. So then I have 2 opportunities to forage, which means these guys become 4/3s. So they block, take 5. Yeah. And I can give 2 things +1 and trample. So I could have pushed lethal that turn. All right. Okay. Hey, we're now, what are we at? 6 and 2. After going 1 and 2 at the beginning of the event, we now have the opportunity to play for a trophy. That feels really good. I do want to make it clear. I post pretty much every run, unless it goes so badly that it's depressing, or unless I'm just having fun and not recording and just drafting and not recording, which I do, I do that plenty. But if I set out to record a run, I don't avoid posting it just because it went badly. So I would have posted this if I went 1 and 2. Just want to be crystal clear about that. Overthrow Capitalism is my opponent. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, love the hand. I love the hand. This is just like, maybe, I think this is the best uncommon in the entire set. Except for this one, right? It's like the number 2 uncommon into the number 1 uncommon. That's a very strong rare. And now I've accidentally revealed, if we were playing high stakes Magic, I probably should have played the swamp first so that it wouldn't reveal that I have a high stride. Now, if the opponent's paying attention, they know that I have high stride, or they think I'm cleverly bluffing them. All right, hopefully they don't kill my guy. Oh, Bound and Poured Bell. Interesting. You can't sack it, so you must have another land. Okay, all right, very good. Now they might have Shore Up here, actually. They might have Shore Up, but it's worth just landing the Hunter's Talent. I assume they want to be popping their Fountain Poured Bell to draw a card. Okay. Yeah, there's no point in like bluffing Shore Up at that point, so might as well just do it. Shoot this into that. Very happy, very, very happy with that result. That's a very strong rare to just get off the board. And still representing my high stride. Still just, Arena's just like, hey, by the way, Overthrow Capitalism, if you didn't know, this player has a high stride in their hand. I just really need you to know that. Oof, not the turn for Muera. Maybe I was just not supposed to play this Muera, to be honest. All right, it's so crystal clear that I have a high stride. Actually, let's level it up. I don't think they're gonna block because this high stride has been so telegraphed. Unless they just want to force me to play it so that I can't double spell. Yeah, they know. They are a smart cookie. They're well aware that I have a high stride in my hand. That would have been an obvious block if there weren't a combat trick, I think. Unless they're about to like go crazy with foods and cards in the graveyard. I love Fountain Poured Bell in principle. I'm not saying it's a great card, but in principle, I just love the design of this card. Because the beautiful thing about this card is you can play it and not search for something. Oh, they wanted the food from Cash Grab, maybe. That might be why they didn't block, actually. You can sacrifice this without searching for a food. So you can get a non-creature spell trigger, which is really relevant for otters when you play this card. And even if you don't want to find a land with it, you can get a non-creature spell trigger. And you can also, sorry, they brought back their Life Creed Duo and they made a land. You can also just like cycle it. Like it's a 2-mana cycling ability, effectively, just at sorcery speed. So I really think this was a very beautifully designed card. I love that you optionally search for a land and put it on top. It's just beautiful. Like it fixes your mana, gives you a non-creature spell. It's like this wonderful little trinkety, just beautiful little thing. Okay, we're playing quite a finicky little Bant deck here. It's got a lot of colors and a lot of stuff going on. So a person after my own heart, overthrow capitalism over here. Definitely a cool character. Someone who is splashing around and knows what's up in Bloomburrow, knows how to have fun in this set. Okay, I definitely want to level up Hunter's talent. I think I'm just gonna go in with, I wish I could play that Muera. Yeah, a little awkward. So I can only attack with one card. I'd rather trade. I'm looking like I'm trading, right? So I'd rather trade the Vine Reap Mentor. It just makes more sense that I would want to trade the Vine Reap Mentor. And then I'll go ahead and level this up, and let's draw a card. Bushy Bodyguard. Yeah, I can expend 4 with that, but I can't forage. Oh no, I can forage. I can forage. Very good. So they know that I have High Stride, clearly. So they're probably not going to attack me, or if they do attack me, it's probably a bluff. So if they attack with Life Creed Duo, I will not block. If they attack with Life Creed Duo, that's a bluff. They have something from the graveyard. Oh, do they have that Peerless Recycling or whatever? Good players always play that card. And remember, if you're in Diamond, it's like the 3rd day of March as I record this. If you're in Diamond, you're like really good. You're probably usually a high mythic player because this person has already ranked up substantially after the rank reset. And yeah, Peerless Recycling is a card that's like terrible unless you know exactly what kind of a deck to put it in. And then it's like strong value. All right. Oh, maybe they were thinking about foraging. Actually, it wasn't Peerless Recycling. I'm reading too much into things. Interesting. Okay, maybe they're not playing Peerless Recycling at all because they're taking things out of the graveyard here. Still no land. That's a little frustrating. So I kind of want to play the Bushy Bodyguard and then attack with everything because Bushy Bodyguard is going to give me a trigger. The only thing is I can't double forage. This thing is going to make an offspring token that wants to forage. So maybe I actually do Bushy Bodyguard Baker's Bane Duo and keep up High Stride. I actually like that. And then I attack with Vine Reap Mentor and I can High Stride if need be. Or I attack with both actually. And I put the +1 on the Vine Reap Mentor. Yeah, I like that move. I like that move. So let's do this before combat. Play this without offspring. It enters and I forage. The only thing is they have so much mana up. I really wonder, they can't counter, but I really wonder if they're going to play a combat trick. So actually, I don't think I get that much advantage from attacking with the Vine Reap Mentor. No matter what, I'm going to draw a card at the end of the turn. They know I have a High Stride, so I don't see why they would block here. More particularly without trying to read their mind, like they have been not blocking this whole time. So I don't see why they would block now. Okay, they're going to bring back another Cultivator. Gossip's Talent. Oh yeah, this is a player of class. This is a cool deck. I like this a lot. I want to be playing this deck. I really wonder what pulled them into blue-white. I wonder if they have the Kestrel, like the blue-white rare. It looks like they're primary green, splashing into blue, splashing into white. There's a Kestrel that flickers things. They don't have too many ETBs. Well, Pawn Profit, Baker's Bane Duo, Valley My Color. Yeah, maybe they do have the Kestrel. I'm very glad that I have Gilwyn Moose against this deck. Oh, they're bringing back Gossip's Talent. Oh, that's so cool of them to do. It's so cool of them to do. I wonder if they have their own High Stride. No, they're just taking every hit straight to the face. That's so funny. All right. Yeah. End the turn, draw a card. Lumra. Okay, I really want to draw land now. All those lands that I was getting flooded with in previous games. Well, I did lose one game where I drew every 6-drop and 5-drop in my deck except one and only 4 lands. So, but yeah, time to draw land. Time to draw land. I have 12 left out of 26, so almost a 1 in 2 chance. Wow, the number of cash grabs that this person was passed at their table. They have Biza. What a card. They're gonna bring back their Biza, but they can't actually cast it. No, they can. Thornvault Forager. Oh, that's a good card. I have more life. I'll have probably more cards in hand. I don't have more lands. That's the one thing I don't have. They cannot cast it right now because they tap their white for cash grab. Whoopsies. Yeah. Yeah. Could have been better to tap the green. 2 green for cash grab. Unless they're holding a plains. Okay, they're holding a plains. All right, never mind. Take it back. Yeah, that just suddenly occurred to me when I realized that could be why they tapped the white. No, Biza is a very nice way to stabilize. Really good mythic. This is a worthy battle for a trophy. Gossip's Talent. So they're not going to play the Biza this turn. Interesting. Gossip's Talent. What's that about? Well, why do you think they're Gossip's Talenting here instead of playing Biza? They must have a combat trick, but then why haven't they been using it? They don't have a combat trick. Maybe they feel they have to crack a food. I guess that makes sense. I think that makes sense. They might just feel that they have to crack a food. Okay. I really wish I could play one of my bombs. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it adds 2 mana if you forage. Forgot about that. No, okay, now everything checks out. Now I get it. Now I fully get it. Okay. Yeah, so I can't really play my bombs, right? They draw a card, they don't make a fish, they do gain life, they don't make a treasure. Okay, so not actually that crushing for me. Then you get to forage, make a giant guy. Yeah, so I don't get to attack, right? Hopefully I draw land and I can just play Lumra and solve my mana issues for good. That would be ideal. Let me draw land, please, and play my Lumra. Oh my goodness, please, please. All I want in life is one land. Okay, well, I can kill their Gossip's Talent. That feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, all of this mana stuff, it's fun to like complain about it. But this is an issue with my curve, right? I am playing a slow curve for this format. So I do need to like not just complain. But this is an implausible amount of not drawing land. But if I were playing a low curve, more responsible, less greedy deck, then I wouldn't be feeling as mana screwed as I have. The flooding, I cannot explain. That's just variance. You can't do a ton of surveilling. At least we shut down any like flickering shenanigans. Oh, this guy is unblockable though. With power 2 or greater. Okay, so my my Baker's Bane duo can get in there. Also Muera whenever I play that. So, okay, when it attacks, something loses all abilities and becomes a 2/2. Right. So they could make my Lumra a 2/2, I guess. The thing about that is I can block with Baker's Bane duo and then I can high stride it to kill their guy, right? That's kind of the tech. That's the secret tech. So they don't have a combat trick. That's what we're learning. No combat tricks for them. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play a land, and I think let's just go for Lumra here. I really want to just have a Lumra. They can 2/2 it if they want to, but I can also double block. I really want mana, right? I just want to get lands here. That's all I'm looking for. If I can just mill 4 lands and put them into play, then I can just empty my hand and we're looking golden. Perfect. That's all I wanted to see. Now I never again have to complain about lands, and everyone, all my viewers will be very happy. Okay. Next and end. All right, draw card, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pop a food, but I'm not shocked if they don't. Oh, nice, that's a red source. Because the Corpseberry Cultivator, oh yeah, 3-tree Mascot lets me play the Muera, by the way. I forget when I drew that, but I didn't point it out. I guess it was last turn. I'm not shocked if they don't crack their food because the Corpseberry Cultivator wants stuff to draw. By the way, they're closer to decking than I am, which makes me happy, because one way that I could lose a game like this is through decking. This thing can be blocked by Baker's Bane duo, and I certainly will. I certainly will. I can actually double block it, but I don't think I want to. Wait, what? Hold on. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. I'm sorry, why couldn't this be blocked by that? This creature can't be blocked by creatures. Oh, power 2 or greater. 2 or greater. Okay. Oh, I'm a fool. Never mind. Baker's Bane duo. I'm a fool. I get it now. It took me a while to get it through my thick skull what that thing does, but now I get it. All right, folks. So let's go. I could go 3-tree Mascot into Muera. I have 5, 9, 10 mana at my disposal. So this would be 5, and then I'm 1 short of also moosing it. I think it's worth doing, though. Technically, it means that I don't get to expend 8, but that's okay. I can probably do it next turn with the moose. Basically, I need to kill their Corpseberry Cultivator. I don't think I have an Alpha Strike here, because if I attack with everything, they get to kill a creature for free. They basically get to kill 2 creatures for free with Biza plus Corpseberry Cultivator. And then they have some chump blocks. They're at 21. I'm nowhere near just murdering them. So let's go ahead and play this for, I guess, black now. 17 left. I just have lots of good stuff to draw. I think I can play it chill for a bit. They technically have an unblockable card. So that's a little unfortunate for me. They technically do have an unblockable card. But I'm drawing a bunch. I'm just drawing a bunch of stuff. I'm not totally sure what my plan is to get around this unblockable card, but... Oh no, are you for real? They can bring back Gossip's talent and just make a bunch of stuff unblockable? Okay, now I'm under time pressure. Now I'm under time pressure. What do I have left in my deck? Junkblade Bruiser is one card to draw. Scales of Shale would be nice. Camellia. Okay, I should keep my food around for Camellia for sure. Well, next turn... yeah, no, so they get to shrink my Lumra. I don't have any 1-power creatures. I don't have any 1-power creatures. I could draw my other Hunter's Talent. That's another... Basically, if I draw like Season of Growth, my other Hunter's Talent... So now they're going to play Curious Forager. It's interesting to me that they didn't play it, bring back Gossip's Talent, level up the Gossip's Talent, and then attack me with an extra unblockable creature, because you would think that's kind of a way that they win. You would think that's one way that they win. Really interesting magic here. I'm kind of confused about why they didn't play this and make something unblockable already. I don't really get that. Why wouldn't you play it, level it up with your Thornfault Forager, and get in for more damage? Maybe they're more worried about me attacking them than they are thinking about how they can attack me. Kind of would make sense. So I actually cannot kill Corpseberry Cultivator with basically any card in my deck. Kind of frustrating. So I just have to attack through the Corpseberry Cultivator. I just have to attack despite Corpseberry Cultivator being able to kill my stuff, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to go Druid of Spade. Play a Galewind Moose. That's expending 8. Bonk, 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 bonk. Flip 2 cards up. 2 pretty useless cards, to be honest. Probably just attack with the team now, I think. Is it time? What happens if I attack with everybody? Maybe I hold back Lumra. Do they get really good blocks against me? If I attack with a team, Corpseberry Cultivator kills Lumra. Biza kills probably the Bushy Bodyguard. And then there's just an absolute massacre at kind of the lower levels. Yeah. I don't feel too concerned about this. I feel like maybe I should just do another... I think I should hold back... Let's see. It's possible that I don't even cast these cards so that I can expend 8 again next turn to make it more likely to expend 8 next turn. Might as well play a land. Nah, I think let's just build out the biggest board possible. I'll go one more turn. Next turn when I attack, I have an extra Moose plus Druid of the Spade. Oh, Trigger Duo, pretty good. You could imagine finding a Hunter's Talent here. I wonder if they'll level this up all the way and get to flicker something. But yeah, I could, for example, find a Hunter's Talent. Oh, Banishing Light. Yeah, that's a little annoying. I wonder if they'll take out a Hunter's Talent. Yeah, there's a lot of good targets. I see them mousing over every target one after another. Oh, that makes sense. I don't have a hexproof trick, so. Unfortunately, if I draw Season of Gathering, I cannot draw cards equal to the greatest power. I would just completely deck myself instantly. But that's okay. Really happy that Hunter's Talent survived. All right, you level that up and you get to flicker something. Maybe they get to flicker Curious Forager? No, they can't forage. You can't forage, so that doesn't help you, right? So I would do Baker's Bane Duo. You should attack with the Baker's Bane Duo instead, right? You cannot forage. The thing is, Curious Forager, when it enters, it has a forage. You have to forage in order to return something. This Azure Beastbinder has been so annoying. Yep, Baker's Bane Duo is correct. So you get an extra food. Technically, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I guess they're wondering if they should attack at all, more than which creature should they attack with. All right, they'll shrink my Lumra. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. That guy's unblockable. Take some damage. Okay, why did I think I shouldn't crack this food again? I had a reason. Oh, Camellia. I only have... Oh, Camelia's in the graveyard. I don't think I can ever bring Camellia back. Oh, also there is Druid of the Spade is the other reason. Okay, yeah. I do not want to shrink my Druid of the Spade right before I attack with everything. All right, so you get a food. You do gain a life, but you cannot actually crack your food right now. All right. Go to my turn. Oh, that's nice. That lets me expend 8. So let's start with playing a Junk Blade Bruiser. And then I'll play Trigger Duo. So I think I want the +1 and trample on Druid of the Spade to make one more, to make bees that have to block something a little worse. And then I think the +12, it needs to go on whatever gets trample. So I think I also put that on the Druid of the Spade. But then I'm thinking, should I actually put it on the Galewind Moose just to get the absolute maximum of damage through? I think that's probably true. Okay, so, well, Druid of the Spade, if it gets blocked, and I want to probably play my Swamp and tap, 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 something like that. If Druid of the Spade gets blocked, then I can always High Stride it. So next, with the team, I don't think I'm going to be dead on the Crackback, and I'm going to give the Galewind Moose +1 and trample. This is pretty awesome, right? This is a pretty awesome game for a trophy, don't you think? Wait, why didn't I? Oh, yeah, I'm so silly. Muera, I was thinking about expending 8, but Muera's dead. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Muera. We love you anyways. All right. This is a pretty awesome game for a trophy, don't you think? After I went 1 and 2, even if I lose this one, I'm really happy with it. But yeah, it's too bad I don't get to expend 8. It looks like Corpseberry Cultivator is not long for this world. That makes me very happy. I mean, basically, we always had to start attacking with everything. It was just a question about when is the right moment. Feels like maybe I could have done it a little bit sooner. It looks like if they ever knew that I had a High Stride, I actually think they did believe that I had a combat trick for a long time. Maybe they've stopped believing it because I just haven't played it. But they're not looking like they're playing around High Stride right now, because I can give +1 to the 3-tree, not 3-tree Root Weaver. That's my favorite card, the 3-tree Mascot. I love the duo so much. This card is, I think, really underrated. I see it late in packs sometimes. At least I did back in the old days of Bloomburrow. This is looking pretty good for me. This is so funny. All right, now I need to figure out. So I'm dealing 9 damage over the top here. As predicted, this guy's getting blocked. So basically I need to figure out, can I do lethal by buffing something got through? And there's like no way, right? So I'm going to buff the thing that's being blocked by the Azure Beastbinder, because that card is so annoying to me. You're getting blocked by that thing? Yeah. So finally we get to use a High Stride that we've had in our hand for how long? I'm so happy to kill that stupid Beastbinder. Yeah, and I don't think we're 1 damage away from killing them or anything, so bonk, 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 bonk. All right, end the turn, draw card. That was a pretty successful Alpha Strike, don't you think? Look at my board compared to their board. What if they have the white board wipe? What if they just top deck the white board wipe? I think I would actually cry, because they had an empty hand last turn. So if they play it, it was a top deck. But they have 5 cards left in their deck, and I have 10, and I have a Hunter's Talent on the field, so even if that happens, I think I'm probably favored. Search for a squirrel, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. What could the squirrel be? Okay, that's not looking board wipey. We did it! We actually trophied. Wow, we went 1 and 2, and then we rattled off 6 wins in a row, and that was absolutely the coolest game of Bloomburrow that I've had in Flashback. Dang, 3 trophies in a row. Maybe I really do know something about this set, eh? Maybe I really do know something about this set. I was feeling really down earlier on when my deck was 1 and 2, and I was like, are you kidding me? How did I draft wrong? I had Lumra, Galewind Moose, Season of Gathering, a bunch of just all-time beaters. I have Camellia, and then the double Hunter's Talent and Fine Reap Mentor and a Saver. It was really hard to find our second colors, so we did end up playing some clunkers, Druid of the Spade, Honored Dray Leader. That's not where you want to be. But when you're getting past Hunter's Talents, you're getting past Galewind Moose, you're getting past Season of Gathering, getting Lumra, you know, finding all these cards, Savor and Fine Reap Mentor late, you know, clearly green was wide open. Clearly green-black was pretty open. And I think I was right to abandon blue and abandon red. Very messy path to get here, but very pleased that we trophied. If you want to know how to put this kind of a run together, follow along while I do it. Go ahead and click subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Join the community Discord. There is a link in the description below. It's completely free, and we talk about how to get better at Limited together as a community. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.